What the hell is going on with Floyd Mayweather, man?
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came out with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million that's dealing with 60.
Because, you know, saying Floyd Money Mayweather, surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen. So I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just...
He owe that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
It's
pay.
neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money.
It has been verified that Floyd Mayweather is truly bankrupt after losing his whole money following several rumors and conjectures. According to numerous publications,
tuned in. Everybody see you and they say, all right, he has all of the money and he has to be extremely happy. But we know money don't always bring happiness.
after the 8 lawsuits against him compelled the authorities to look into his assets in order to determine whether he could pay off his debts and avoid going to jail, his bankruptcy was officially declared.
Probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
As the inquiry progressed, a credible news outlet disclosed that Floyd's entire holdings might not be sufficient to settle all of his bills because he owes a ridiculous sum of money in the U.S. as well as in Dubai and Mexico. Floyd Mayweather owes a debt to numerous jewelry retailers, people, and nations. In addition, Floyd Mayweather owes a significant sum of money in taxes dating back to his bout with Conor McGregor. He owes hundreds of millions in taxes. A lawsuit has also been filed against Floyd Mayweather for allegedly owing his employees at the Mayweather gym in several locations across America.
New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one. I own that one.
I seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me say something. I got a question.
For hours, this was the most talked about issue on social media, leaving many fans in complete disbelief. Wow, Floyd is really broke. Another wrote, Mayweather is nothing but a crazy example of how a boxer shouldn't live his life. His lifestyle seems to just take away everything his boxing career would have given him. I'm a fan of his boxing, but not his life. I don't think I'll make half of what this man has made and ever go broke for the rest of my life. Well, we all know his lifestyle caused it. I expect young boxers to pick up their lessons as soon as they can.
Those deliverable states.
Wow, no, they like, call him Money Mayweather.
Bro,
where's your money?
He's walking around in women's Fendi clothing, taking, no disrespect.
A third said, I'm not sure why these businesses continue to sell Floyd jewelry. Don't they read the news about the other companies? He owes a lot of money, which makes him a warning sign for any company that is now doing well. At last, a fan seems to have more faith in JN Floyd Mayweather than in the media, asserting that there is no chance that Floyd Mayweather will lose. Floyd has been in debt since his boxing days, but he continues to purchase the priciest jewelry and cars. You guys need a life. I realize you despise the man's way of life, but haven't you learned to just leave him alone?
Third commented, I don't know why these companies keep selling jewelry to Floyd. Don't they read the news about the other companies he owes a lot of money? He's a red flag for any thriving business at the moment. Finally, one fan seemed to put more hope JN Floyd Mayweather than in the news, as he claimed there's no possibility that Floyd Mayweather goes broke. Y'all have been in Floyd's bankruptcy since his boxing days, yet he keeps buying the most expensive cars and jewelries. Haven't y'all learned to just leave the man alone? I know you hate his lifestyle, but y'all should get a life.
What What I'm reaching out to these people about? They deal for.
We want to talk to you about the Floyd Mayweather deal. No comment. But they say his name ain't on no paperwork or nothing.
I seen him somewhere on something. He look like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum, like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah. Therefore, after calculating his assets and deducting the total amount of his debts, Floyd Mayweather is probably going to file for bankruptcy. Mayweather's club girl collection, his homes in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, his collection of automobiles, his jewelry, and his private jet were among the assets that were analyzed. He has also put 2 of his homes up for sale in order to pay for all of these. He actually filed a lawsuit against the agency, which is just one more insane thing he has done that exposed his $400 million real estate deal's fraud. He expects to settle most of his debts with the $0 million lawsuit he filed against Business Insider. According to Front Office Sports, the unbeaten fighter gained notoriety after attempting to sue Business Insider for $100 million.
40s now, still fighting these random people in random places.
Yeah.
For 5 million here, 10 million there.
No, he's just a big spender. You can't spend like that, you know? Like,
this guy has a lot of chains.
so many chains, bro. That's, chains, that's a depreciating asset. Get yourself something that'll hold value. Go buy some real estate, brother. Buy an original. We'd love to have you in the Dow. Invest in Prime, huh? Do something smart with the money.
The lawsuit follows a revelation by journalist Daniel Geiger of Business Insider that stated Mayweather never really bought the 62-building Manhattan real estate portfolio he claimed to have acquired. According to Geiger's assessment, there was no proof that a sale had been made. According to Mayweather's lawsuit, Geiger attempted to publicly humiliate Mayweather by refusing to examine the deal's documentation. They started a campaign of harassment and defamation that was marked by combative and deceptive reporting that not only misrepresents the facts, but also appears to have been motivated by a pervasive prejudice against Mr. Mayweather's achievements.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong to me. Guess what? You can do
this baseless attempt to disparage our work and malign our reporter will be fiercely resisted. In contrast, when Mayweather revealed his largest single transaction to date, the acquisition of a vast portfolio of 62 rental apartment complexes in Upper Manhattan, New Business Insider published an article. "I own all of the buildings. I'm not in a relationship," Mayweather declared in a video that was shared on his Instagram account, which also featured a slide presentation of him looking around a few of the structures. Additionally, "I own all of the retail space on my buildings below. You can do the same thing. Guess what? It all comes down to using strong moves."
Pushing each other to be great instead of arguing on social media. That's just my opinion. And push each other in a positive way. And, I found myself in the past, the younger Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather announced that the homes were purchased for $42 million by his real estate investment company, Veda Homes. However, the boxer's audacious assertions don't seem to be supported by evidence. None of the buildings had changed ownership a month following Mayweather's declaration. Based on property records in New York City, which are often updated within a few days of a sale, a deal to sell the houses to Mayweather outright does not appear to be forthcoming, according to a number of experts. Through a spokesperson, the NYC Housing Partnership, a nonprofit organization that partners with most of the buildings to assist them qualify for grants and tax benefits and maintain the affordability of the apartments in the portfolio, stated that it has not received notification of a prospective sale.
Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. I feel like when you, I mean, as you get older,
Yep.
you have to look at things in a different way.
Mhm.
You know, my son this year is 26 years old. So in 4 years, my son will be 30. Then my daughter will be 29 in the 4 years.
There has been no notification of any pending sales to the housing partnership. Sale or ownership transfer. The partnership would typically be informed of the transfer and be a party to it, according to the spokesperson. That hasn't happened. According to a person with first-hand knowledge of the agreement with Mayweather, Mayweather had acquired a tiny minority ownership part in the portfolio with the possibility of eventually increasing that percentage or purchasing the buildings outright. It's unclear if Mayweather decides to use those choices. The individual requested anonymity in order to discuss a private agreement with Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather remains a dependable collaborator and an excellent spokesperson for affordable housing. According to a statement from a representative of Black Spruce Management, the real estate firm that owns the majority of the buildings in the portfolio, Mayweather has fulfilled all of his commitments to date.
VadaProperties.com.
Yeah.
We already talked about Mayweather Fitness. You know, people, you know, I got a team talking to me in different places.
Hey, I understand, man. It's a business.
I touch everything. So
conduct your business, brother.
And if you're an adult,
yeah,
you come to Vegas, come see me at my Gentlemen's Club. And if you like to skate, when you come to Vegas, come check us out at Skate Rock City.
All right. I appreciate it, Floyd.
Numerous calls and emails were not answered by Mir Orbach, the CEO of the Orbach Group, a company that, according to public records, controls the few surviving buildings in the portfolio. When asked about the acquisition, Ayal First, the CEO of Mayweather's real estate company Vada Properties, answered the phone and identified himself as James McNair, an executive with a stake in Mayweather's commercial endeavors. However, the man's voice was radically different from what was heard on previous recordings of McNair. The individual maintained that Mayweather had purchased the portfolio, but he would not go into the specifics of the deal for the record. He claimed that Mayweather had grown up in reasonably priced housing and had been attracted to the buildings in part because they had rent-regulated units.
I told them, no more handouts, because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money.
I make money and give back to the community, so I think it's awesome, he said. And as soon as that occurred to him, he said, I want to buy it all. Calls and texts were not answered by McNair. Requests for response from Mayweather's attorneys were not answered. The transaction is one of Mayweather's numerous significant real estate ventures. It seems that Mayweather made some important contacts in the commercial real estate industry thanks to a fortuitous meeting over 10 years ago.
All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started. In 36 months, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month.
What investment is that?
In real estate. I'm heavy in real estate. Even though I got a lot of cash, OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important.
According to the guy posing as James McNair, who spoke to Business Insider, Mayweather had contributed $88 million to about 20 loans that SL Green had started and that were connected to city commercial buildings. According to him, the business dispersed the funds as mezzanine debt, a kind of loan with a higher interest rate that is occasionally utilized for real estate transactions. The individual claimed that it was a fantastic chance for them to earn money for Floyd, whom they much admire, and that it was also an excellent marketing opportunity for SL Green to be connected to him.
Floyd, man, like, you got everything, you got the skyscrapers, you got the cars, you got the houses, you got, what's next?
what I'm working on now, I don't really want for nothing.
In an email, SL Green spokesperson Alexandra Zerai stated, "We don't comment on queries involving individual aside from the disclosure of his fraudulent properties. Mayweather also faces issues with a jewelry company, according to investors. As if he were running a debt campaign everywhere. A diamond business recently sued Floyd Mayweather for years of unpaid debt. This is in addition to a number of other obligations he has to businesses that have approached him for ambassadorial or brand arrangements, among other things."
Now I'm here to talk to the people about one of my jewelers. And it's not one of my new jewelers, one of my low-key jewelers, Tony, at Pasha in Manhattan Beach, California. You guys need to come check him out. Now today, let me show you guys what I purchased from Tony. Tony, matter of fact, I don't need to tell him, you tell him.
We got a little rose gold sky dweller, chocolate dial, 40 karat pear shape, 1 carat each, tennis bracelet, only for the best of the champ.
Now when you guys come here, if you want...
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s wild taste for jewelry, if you are interested, is what sets him apart. However, this pastime is also expensive, even for the former champion's fortune, as he was recently sued for $1 million in debt with jewelry. The former world champion, whose true net worth is unknown but consistently estimated to be about $450 million, is frequently spotted wearing gaudy accessories, including bracelets, watches, and chains. He frequently posts pictures of his costly automobile collection and private plane travels on social media to flaunt his lifestyle. Mayweather has earned the moniker Money as a result of all of this. Jeweler Leonard Slemanoff claims that the well-known moniker does not apply to the former boxer's need to pay his debts. A case filed in a federal court in Miami claims that one of Mayweather's closest friends, the rapper Tyga, owes Sulianov almost $4 million for unpaid jewels.
Back and forth on the internet with different people. But I'm in a better place in my life right now. You know, I couldn't ask to be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people.
The jeweler's lawsuit specifically alleges that Tyga and Mayweather broke the Racketeer-Influenced Corrupt Organization Act. The boxer and musician are accused of stealing, unjust enrichment, civil conspiracy, and breach of contract. Sulianov alleges that Mayweather has not reimbursed him for the expensive timepieces that he purchased from the Audemars Piguet. Tyga owes him a Rolex, and Richard Mille PC Philippe and Rolex Presidential Day Date brands a diamond ring and a diamond chain. In the case, the jeweler asserted that Mayweather had only given him 2 down payments totaling $267K prior to the delivery of the goods. He says that at the request of Mayweather's representative Jonah Rechnitz, he had a single meeting with the boxer and rapper.
I don't do that anymore because I'm truly, truly blessed. Way beyond belief. You know, what's important to me right now is my real estate, my family, different things I'm involved with. You know, it's all about helping kids, the new generation, surpass Floyd Mayweather and be a better Floyd Mayweather. So, you know, everything that I did, you know, in a past if it was something negative.
But he never got the money, and the defendants allegedly demanded additional jewelry from him. This time, he sold them 10 more Rolex Presidential Anniversary watches, a Rolex Day Date 40, and another Richard Mille Tyga watch, for which he allegedly offered to pay $79K but never paid. The jeweler stated in the lawsuit that the timepieces were valued at $1.8 million, while the ring and chain were valued at $2 million. Despite not answering the complaint, Mayweather has already been spotted in public wearing the ring and chain and has even shared pictures of them on social media.
And children. So the same thing I was doing 10 years ago, I can't be doing now. Even 5 years ago, I can't be doing now. It's all about growth, and I'm growing every day.
Yeah, man. These financial difficulties are all occurring at the same time as Canelo Alvarez is on the verge of overtaking Floyd Mayweather as the highest-paid fighter in history. The Guadalajara native's few bouts might erase Floyd Mayweather's $155 billion in earnings. Given his well-known status in the Mexican-American market, it appears likely that the massive contract he struck with Saudi Arabia will continue to expand. We will have to wait and watch. Floyd Mayweather Jr. upended boxing's foundations and elevated it to a new level, turning it into a legitimate revenue generator. It's no surprise that he went by money. In addition to being the best in the ring, he was also a brilliant businessman and self-promoter who built his empire outside of it. He had a remarkable 50-0 record without a loss.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're gonna know in the least amount of fights. You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not be?
He was not just skilled in the ring, but also a captivating figure who attracted millions of admirers off the court. Either you despised him or you liked him. You couldn't be impartial. Floyd had differing views. By participating in bouts that marked a before and after, like his battle with Pacquiao in 2015, which brought in over $600 million, and his media extravaganza against McGregor in 2017, which brought in over $550 million, money elevated boxing, revenues to new heights. He has undoubtedly turned into a money machine. Some may believe that these figures would decline once he retires, but Mayweather Jr. has made wise financial investments and is now listed among the top 50 most paid athletes of all time by Sportico.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
a Mexican boxer agreed to a 4-fight deal during Riyadh's Turkish season. Al-Sheikh will receive around $400 million, the greatest deal of his career. Taking the boxing world by storm is Canelo Alvarez. In his most recent bout, he earned $80 million, and in September, he will face Crawford for an additional $150 million. He is on track to reach $1 billion and become the richest boxer in history because to his multi-million-dollar contracts, his own businesses, and his lack of retirement plans.
Believe that you would be the champ?
Well, it's not just the champ. I'm the champ on the outside, too. I mean, to make over $1 billion, I didn't do it by myself. What I did was I surrounded myself with a great team, meaning you can't think you know it all. If it was a person that was strong in certain departments, I wouldn't have got the best person for that. What I believe in doing is surrounding myself with all smart people. That makes me that much more smarter, because once you surround yourself with a smart team, then it makes
In an interview with TMZ, Saul stated, "I'm not thinking about making a certain amount of money and then retiring. No, I'm going to do my thing, and then when I'm 37 or 38, it's time to retire." Floyd Mayweather's $1.5 billion may be forgotten if the Guadalajara native fought a few times. We'll have to wait and see if the massive deal he inked with Saudi Arabia keeps expanding, which seems possible considering his well-known status in the Mexican-American market. And for now, that's all. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on the latest news, events, and happenings in the boxing industry. Don't forget to enable alerts so you can be informed when we post high-quality content like this. Peace until the next time. To settle the debt.